Why would anyone become a priest? A monk? A soldier of God? Why would someone give up sex, freedom, ambition, and personal identity to serve something they cannot see? To an outsider, this looks like madness. To the person inside it, it feels like the only thing that makes sense. The answer is not indoctrination. It is not weakness. It is something much more fundamental. Human beings need purpose more than they need pleasure. And when the world offers no meaning, people will create it, even if it costs them everything. Let us begin with Viktor Frankl. He was a Jewish psychiatrist who survived Auschwitz. In the camps, he watched people die, not from starvation or disease, not at first, but from loss of meaning. The prisoners who gave up on finding purpose, who decided there was no reason to keep going, they died within days. Their bodies simply shut down. Frankl wrote that he who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow. This is not poetry. This is observation. He saw it with his own eyes. And after the war, he built an entire school of psychotherapy around this idea. Logotherapy, the therapy of meaning. His central claim is that the primary drive in human life is not pleasure, as Freud thought. It is not power, as Adler thought. It is meaning. We are meaning-making machines, and we will find meaning anywhere we can, even in a concentration camp, even in a monastery, even in a god we cannot prove exists. Now consider Søren Kierkegaard. He was a Danish philosopher who wrote about the leap of faith. Kierkegaard argued that true faith is not rational. You cannot prove God exists. You cannot logic your way into belief. You must leap, and the leap is terrifying. It requires you to suspend reason, to abandon the safety of the rational world, and to trust in something beyond understanding. Kierkegaard called this the teleological suspension of the ethical. Sometimes, serving God means doing things that make no sense by human standards. Abraham was asked to sacrifice his son. Monks give away everything they own. Priests forego love and family. To the rational mind, this is insanity. To Kierkegaard, it is the highest form of existence. Because meaning that costs nothing is not meaning at all. But why God? Why not find purpose in art, in science, in family, in building a business? Why the extreme route? The answer is that some purposes are too small to hold a human soul. Albert Camus wrote that there is only one really serious philosophical question, and that is suicide. He meant that the question of whether life is worth living is the foundation of all philosophy. If life has no meaning, why keep going? Camus answered that we must imagine Sisyphus happy, rolling his boulder up the hill forever, finding meaning in the struggle itself. But not everyone can do that. Some people need a bigger stage, a cosmic purpose, a God to serve. Because if your purpose is just to make money or raise kids or enjoy life, eventually you will ask, is this really it? Is this all there is? For some people, the answer is no. They need something transcendent, something outside themselves, something eternal. Psychology backs this up. Studies consistently show that religious believers report higher levels of life satisfaction and sense of purpose than non-believers. This is not because religion is true or false. It is because religion provides a unified framework for understanding existence. When you believe you are part of a divine plan, every moment of your life has significance. Every action matters. Every suffering has a reason. Viktor Frankl observed this even in Auschwitz. The prisoners who held on to religious faith survived at higher rates. Not because God saved them, because meaning saved them. The belief that their suffering was not random, that it served some higher purpose, gave them the strength to endure what others could not. But here is the uncomfortable question. Are these people deluding themselves? Nietzsche thought so. He called religion a great curse, a sickness, a denial of life. He argued that Christianity teaches people to hate this world in exchange for a promise of the next. He said that priests are the enemies of life because they turn people away from the only world that actually exists. Nietzsche's solution was the Übermensch, the person who creates their own values, who says yes to life without needing a god to validate it. But here is the irony. Most people cannot do that. Most people cannot be Nietzsche's Übermensch. Most people need something outside themselves to believe in. Nietzsche could not save the masses. He could only describe what he thought they should become. And in the meantime, millions of people find genuine peace, genuine purpose, genuine strength and faith. Who are we to tell them they are wrong? Kierkegaard had an answer to Nietzsche. He said that the person of faith is not weaker than the atheist. They are stronger, because they have made the leap. They have confronted the absurdity of existence and chosen to believe anyway. They are not hiding from reality. They are transcending it. A priest who has spent 30 years in silent prayer has not wasted his life. He has made a choice that most people are too afraid to make. He has committed himself to something absolutely. An absolute commitment, Kierkegaard argued, is the only thing that can give life absolute meaning. Half measures produce half meaning. You cannot be half a priest. You cannot be half a believer. You either leap or you do not. And if you leap, you leave everything else behind. So the next time you see a priest, a monk, a nun, or anyone who has given up a normal life for a higher calling, do not pity them. Do not assume they are brainwashed or weak or running from something. They may be running towards something. Something you cannot see. Something you may never understand. And that is okay, because meaning is personal. Your purpose is yours. Their purpose is theirs. The only question that matters is whether you have found yours. And if you have not, then perhaps you understand them better than you think. Perhaps the reason their choice disturbs you is not that it is wrong, but that it reminds you of what you are still searching for.